Hey everybody, welcome back to Pandemic Gaga's cooking show. I'm so glad to have you back in my kitchen. It is wonderful when I look up and there you are. Now, if you guys would only just start cleaning my kitchen when you come by, that would really help me a lot. Today we're going to make something that is rather easy peasy and not very messy. We're going to make my mother's chess pie. And the first thing you need to do is have pie crust. Thaw it out. Set it out on your, because you keep them in the freezer, you know. So set one pie crust out on the cabinet and let it thaw for about 15 minutes. Go ahead and go ahead and poke some with your fork. Just poke about maybe 4 times, just some little holes in it. That keeps the crust bottom from growing tall. But you just do that. You just prick it. You just prick it. And then just set that aside. You're done with that for now. You just set that over there out of our way. You are going to need, this is my mother's recipe, y'all. You're going to need 1 stick of butter, almost. That's what her recipe says. 1 stick of butter, almost. So here's what I do. I take 1 stick of butter and I cut the very tip end off just to make Mama happy. Because I don't know what almost means. So I cut the very tip. Oh, I mean just the very end off. Mama. So you just need a large mixing bowl that's microwave safe. Now put that in there. I'm going to put it in the microwave and I'm going to melt this butter. Melt, soften, whichever one floats your boat. So hang on. Let's go with, I'm going to go with soften. I don't want that popping all over my microwave. I told you, you don't clean up, so I have to, and I don't want that butter all over the place. So I'm going to let that soften really good. The other things you're going to need a nice size whisk. You're going to need 1.5 cups of sugar. Already got it measured up. You're going to need 3 eggs. You're going to need 2, I think it's 2, let me look over here, 2 teaspoons of vinegar. Now this vinegar needs to be raw or organic vinegar. Straight stuff. 2 teaspoons. You're going to need 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. You know, when you're cooking, it's good to get some really good vanilla because you use it a lot and you want that flavor coming out. And then you're going to need I just take a regular tablespoon, and you're going to need 1 heaping like that, you know. Woo, just get in there, get some, let it heap up, and of cornmeal. It doesn't matter if it's white or yellow, just whatever you've got in your canister. And that's really all there is to it. So let's check this butter. Oh, let's see. We're going to let it soften some more. Soften times 2. I'm going to tell y'all what. Remember, this is called chess pie. Chess, C-H-E-S-S, pie. This is a pie that people used to make all the time. Oh, you know, the generations before, you know, my mom made it a lot. Her mom made it a whole lot, you know, like that. Because it's real easy and quick to mix up. Go ahead and preheat your oven to 350. Which reminds me, I hope you got the update. Last time we made a meringue. Your oven needs to be set on 400, and I think I said 350. So make sure when you put your meringue in the oven on your pie that you put it on 400 for approximately 10 minutes. Now, I'm gonna tell you what, we've got some issues in this house. I literally have decided that you guys have the pleasure. If you will stick with Pandemic Gaga's cooking show, you're gonna have a rare pleasure. You're going to get to watch me go insane, senile, old, whatever, right here in living color. Won't that be a hoot? Oh my gosh. Because, oh, there we go. We got half softened and half liquidy. That'll be just fine. I'm going to tell y'all why. Now you put the rest of this stuff in willy-nilly. It doesn't matter what. So let's just, I'll tell you in a minute. Give you cliffhanger. So there's our almost stick of butter. There's our 1.5 cups of sugar. There is our 2 teaspoons of, now listen, before y'all use this, you make sure it's shook up good, because a lot of stuff in the vinegar settles on the bottom. 1, 2, that gives us a kick and a bite all at the same time. 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. There you go. 1 heaping tablespoon of corn meal. 3 eggs. Get her done. There's number 2. There's number 3. Everything's done. Gotta get those fingers wiped off. Get that old good size whisk out and go to town. When I make a pie like this where it's like you just dump everything in, one thing I suggest to you is once you get it all dumped in, before you call it done, grab your recipe and make sure everything's in there. So we've got 1 almost stick of butter. We've got 1.5 cups of sugar. We've got 2 teaspoons of vinegar. We've got 1 heaping tablespoon of cornmeal, any old kind. 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla and 3 eggs. We're good. Get that mixed up in there. Now that butter that's just soft but did not, completely melt, that's fine. You don't have to worry about it getting it all smooth. There you go, y'all. Get that egg mixed in there good. I'll tell you what, Michael came in here, or was in here, just a few minutes ago, and I bought the other day at the at the meat market, I saw this pork rump roast, and it had all kinds of seasoning and stuff already on it, just all kinds. I didn't pay attention to what the seasoning was. It was just all over it. Had kind of a reddish color. And I thought, and it was cheap. It was really cheap. Pork roasts are usually cheap. And pork roasts are usually dry, which is kind of nice for a different texture every now and then, and they taste good. But they do, not that they're dry, it's just their natural way. They're just dry, buddy. They're just dry. And so I got that, and I thought, well, I'll just stick that in the oven and see what happens. See what it tastes like. It was little and not much money, so I wasn't really worried about it. And I come home, and Michael saw it in the refrigerator and asked about it, and I said, well, I was just going to cook it to see how it tastes, And he said, well, how about if I smoke it? I said, I like that idea. And he does a really good job smoking. He has really learned since his retirement. He has really learned to be a smoking man. He does a good job on the meat. But here's the thing. So he took it down there. And so a while ago, it's been on all day. I had some errands to run this morning. And as soon as I left the house, he went down and put the meat on and smoked it. And it's still smoking. And this is like 4:15. It's not done yet. So it's a small smoke. And it will be yummy, I'm sure. But here's the issue. I was standing right down there, looking out the window, actually. And Michael was standing right over here. And he said to me, he said, let's see. What did he say? He said, what are we going to have with that fork? I said, what? He said, what are we going to have with that fork? And I turned around and I looked at him. I said, Michael, I don't even know how to answer that phrase. That phrase makes no sense. What are you talking about? I have no answer. He looked at me again. He said, what are we going to have with that fork? I said, I have no idea what you're talking about, man. You're nuts. I was kind of ticked off. I'm like, I have no answer. That makes no sense. And he looked at me, stared at me for a second, like I was an idiot. And he said, I did not say, what are we going to have with that fork? I said, what are we going to have with that pork? I'm 61 and he's just turned 62 a couple months ago. And this is the beginning of a downhill spiral into craziness. I don't know that far to go. Oh, y'all help us. Y'all pray for our sanity. Woo! But it didn't stop there. We'd already had another incident. The end of last week, we were in town during the day. And Snappy Tomato in the little town had opened back up for inside dining. And we said, let's go there. We hadn't been there since February. And so we did. And it was good. It was very good. And very, very clean and pretty. And they'd done a few other things to kind of update just a little bit. And looked nice. Looked very nice. But we were sitting there eating. And I noticed the floor was shining so pretty and so bright. And I looked down at it, and I told Michael, I said, they have really done, they used their shutdown time very wisely, because they've done this update, and this floor is just the cleanest floor I think I've ever seen in my life. It was just glowing and shining. I said, they have scrubbed the fire out of this floor, you know. And he looked down, he looked down at it. And he said, well, I think they used a leaf blower. And I looked at him, I said, a leaf blower? Why would they use a leaf blower on their floor? He said, I didn't say a leaf blower. I said, maybe they've got a new floor. Craziness is coming in rapid successions in this house. Oh my goodness, y'all. Why did he say that? Oh, it's going to be a real hoot around here. Y'all better stick around for about 20 years. Oh my. I'll be sure to take my iPad to the loony bin with me, okay? Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna end up with 550 million. I'll be like followers. I'll be like that show that Forrest Gump was in, Truman. Everybody will be watching me go insane. Oh, y'all. Oh, me. Woo, life's a hoot. I'm telling you. The Adventure Girls. I've told y'all about my sweet Adventure Girls that we all go on. We graduated high school together. Known each other since elementary school. And got back together after 30 years after graduation, 30 years after graduation, and love each other so much. And we're a hoot. Maybe I need to make a video of that. But listen, we got so tickled last night. We said, well, I ain't no telling what all we're going to be saying before the older we get. But at least we know how to laugh at it, and we'll have a good time, even if we don't remember why we are laughing. So we have a plan. Oh my goodness, y'all. There's your pie. Just dump it in your pie shell, your raw pie shell, uncooked pie shell. And put it in your oven, and it's ready. It's 350 degrees, you know. And always when you're cooking something that's going to go in the oven, before you start cooking, turn your oven on, because it'll take it several minutes to preheat. And so go ahead and have that done, and then when you get done mixing or doing whatever you're doing, you can pop it right in there. And this needs to cook at 350 for 55 minutes approximately. So I would suggest to you, the first time you're cooking it and all, to set your timer for 45 minutes. And after that, check it every 4 or 5 minutes to see it's done. It'll get real pretty golden brown. And I'll tell you this, if you will take, when you think it's done, if you will take just a regular table knife, and if you will go to the center of your pie and just put it in there and pull it out, see all that stuff on it? That pie's not done. If nothing comes out with it, you know your pie's done. It will be maybe a little shiny, a little moisture on it, but there won't be anything like that, okay? So that is the way you check a chess pie or maybe a pecan pie, something like that. That's the way the mothers and grandmothers used to do it, and that's the way I always do it. And I'm sure a lot of y'all do too. When you do that, don't push through your crust, but push through the pie filling. So there's that. That's your tip for today from the crazy lady. Y'all, I'm going to put this in the oven, turn it on. I'm going to turn my oven on for 50 minutes and then check it. But start with 45. Remember, we've talked about how your ovens, all of our ovens will run a little different. So you can always cook it longer, but you can't cook it less, you know. I hope that you learn, if you don't already know, to laugh. Not all of life is funny. There are some very serious moments, and we need to treat them as such. There are solemn moments that we know, but when we can find the humor, when we can find to use humor or just light, not being so heavy about everything, just lighten up and have a laugh or a smile. Tell a funny story on yourself. Don't ever tell a story to make somebody embarrassed or hurt somebody's feelings, even if you do think it's funny. But Michael knows I love him. I think. But y'all laugh. Oh, please, please, if you can do one thing the rest of this week, laugh. Don't get angry at everything. Don't get upset at everything. Don't think everybody's out to get you. They're not. They're not. Just lift your spirits. Give the Holy Spirit that resides in you, if you're a child of God, moments to just laugh sometimes. He's in our bodies, and he probably gets pretty bored with some of us. You know, we're all pouting, why me, and all this stuff, and he's in there going, oh. He's in there poking the insides. Can we giggle for a second? Seriously, y'all. Enjoy your life. Find reasons to laugh. And laugh with others. Oh, please. Laugh with others. Because one gets tickled, the other gets tickled, and it just keeps growing. And you will come away from that get together with zeal, with joy, and you will feel so relieved, and so many burdens that are heavy on us will become a little lighter, at least for a little while, and give us a little break. It's okay to laugh, even when we have serious things going on around us. Serious, maybe we're even mourning at a time. If a moment, even if it's just for a moment, comes that you can rear back and laugh, that is no disrespect for the more serious situations in your life. That is a comfort. That's a enriching opportunity that our Lord gives us to breathe for just a few minutes and to revitalize ourselves. And we need to seize that opportunity. So enjoy your life, smile, laugh, and come back and see me in this kitchen. You are always welcome. I want you to come. And I think next time we get together, we just may be in the pumpkin patch. We'll see. I'm going to show you something awesome in there, okay? That we will watch until October. I love you. Have a wonderful day and enjoy your chess pie. Bye.